Nicole, what's the state of play in AI?
Well, there is clearly just endless opportunity and possibilities that AI is creating that we continue to hear about every day. But in fact, the challenges that we need to navigate to be able to realise those exciting opportunities and possibilities are very real. We only have 22% of organisations that believe that they're talent ready. We only have 30% of workers that have been trained in AI in the last year. Only 40% say they have access to generative AI tools. And really importantly, only 10% have those human capabilities, the imagination, curiosity, empathy, analytical thinking, that is so important to be able to prompt AI with the right questions, use the results in innovative ways, and recognise when it's hallucinating. And so all of this is compounding to the situation that we're seeing, and our clients are telling us that organisations can only move at the speed of the organisation, not the speed of all of the intelligent technology. So we are really in this moment where the human agenda is really on the centre of the stage and never been more important. But Lauren, you've been really looking at that organisational speed and how we can unlock that, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what's interesting is that as this has been unfolding, what we're seeing is that the challenge is organization wide, right? Like, this isn't something that is just dropped at the feet of the CHRO or at the feet of the CIO. It really involves that entire C-suite. But when we look at the two roles that are most impacted, it is that CHRO, it is that CIO. And what we're starting to see in some cases, I heard some examples here today, but also at home in New Zealand, is that role is sometimes coming together and kind of meshing into a CHRIO role. And what's really interesting about that is that the skills that are needed to get the organization to move more quickly are really human skills, because it's all about that change management, that adoption, that culture, that psychological safety to overcome some of the fear around the future of AI.
When we think about the technology, it is moving at such a rate. We can't just see it, we can feel it. And what's important is that don't wait for our vendors, for our alliances to get up to speed. They're going to get there, absolutely. The train has left the station. We got to get on it, and we got to start to learn. While you're sitting there eating your mango and peeling your pineapple, make sure you're working through the use cases that make sense for you. Don't think about a return on investment, just learn, and it will evolve. And by the time the technology's there, we've worked out what technology we're going to need to advance our organizations.
As we all know, this is changing very fast, and everyone wants to get into AI world, but obviously this cannot work if we are working in silos. And while we as consulting firm, we are doing collaboration with large tech companies, our startups and academia, I think the best part is how do we bring all those knowledges together. And within Asia Pacific, we thought to set up something called Asia Pacific AI COE in our Bangalore office, where clients can really literally touch and feel how AI is going to change the world. So that's the power of DCIT. It's going to be really very, very useful. We already have built a storefront of some 50 plus use cases for HR, covering hire to retire. And we are innovating with alliances like GCP and all, and it's really going to change the world.
There are two views, world views on AI and its impact on humanity and society. There's obviously a dystopian view which says there'll be a mass job displacement, what are humans going to do in the future, and what if AI runs amok. And then there's a utopian view which says that this would positively impact humanity, society, productivity, and therefore create economic welfare in a positive way. I belong to the utopian camp. Okay, I feel that this will equip humans with superpowers like never before. So I'm thinking more effective teachers, more effective healthcare workers, more effective customer service, and therefore I remain bullish and optimistic about where we're heading.
Thank you for sharing your views in such a comprehensive way. Thank you, everybody.